Resident Evil Requiem. This was like yesterday or the day before that. There is a new creator's message about the game. Let's watch this. It's saying PlayStation 5 game. This is fake. It's not PlayStation 5. It's everything. There it is. Concept. We're gonna go into this so you can read the full subtitles. There's something about the catharsis you get from overcoming your fears. It creates an addiction that makes you want to do more, to play more. That intense focus, while scary, makes for a really fun game. So, offline single-player game, W. So it does seem like, at least... I mean, I think realistically this is going to be like a Resident Evil 7 type of vibe. I don't think this is going to be a pure horror game, like realistically. But they're talking about building on the foundation of mostly being spooked. So, we'll see.
バイオハザードで一番重要なのは恐怖体験だと思うんですけれども、今作においてはその恐怖体験っていうところにしっかりとフィーチャーした内容に仕上がっているんじゃないかなと思ってます。
Okay, so fear, spooky, character.
今回の主人公は FBI 捜査官グレース・アッシュ
Grace Ashcroft. She's introverted and easily scared. So she has a gun. So this is gonna be Morica. So this is not gonna be a situation where she's only running around. She has a gun. So
新しいタイプのキャラクターを作ろうとしています。プレイヤーと同じ目線で一緒になって怖がれるこういうキャラクターを狙っています。
She learns to overcome her fears throughout the story throughout the course of the story, but she's also an analyst for the FBI who's trained with guns. Okay.
レオンを主人公にしようっていうのは
We always thought about making Leon the protagonist. Let's hear what you have to say about Leon. Funny you mention him. But making a horror game based around him is difficult. True, he's a Giga Chad. That is true. He wouldn't jump at something like a bucket falling. That's true. So he's actually a bad match for horror. Look, I'm a level with you. The fact that they just literally explicitly mentioned Leon. He's obviously in the game. He's probably not the primary protagonist, but he's obvious. Oh yeah, like just like. So our protagonist is Grace. Oh yeah, by the way, we thought about making Leon the protagonist, but he's too big of a Giga Chad, so... Anyway, evolution. Too much of a badass to be scared?
ご覧になってわかるように、グレース自身がまあすごいいろんな目に遭うんですね。PV で断片的には入ってるんですけれども。 A
lot of effort into things like the redness of her face. From being hung upside down and the realistic physics of her hair, the development team actually called in a professional to make a wig to use as a model to create the hair physics.
バイオハザードレクイエムはですね、一人称視点と三人称視点、2つの視点で
Oh, this is big. So this is the first Resident Evil. Well, I guess it's not the first because now like Resident Evil 8 also has like third person perspective. This is going to be the first game that is built on the foundation of switching between two different perspectives. So that's going to be very, very interesting. I guess that's also not true because Resident Evil 4, the remake, was also built for the PlayStation VR. Right? So that's also kind of not even true. Horror games aren't even that scary. I agree with you. I have never been spooked by a Resident Evil game. I have been, like, disturbed by them, but not scared. Like the, what are they called? The regenerators in RE4. Like the ones that sound like they're constantly sniffling at something. They are disturbing and they're disgusting. But I'm never really scared. I just don't like them. I find them disgusting. You can either experience the horror up close with the tense, realistic gameplay through a first-person perspective. Bro, what the hell is that? There's a long boy. There's a very, very long boy. Look at him. What the hell is that? This is like Krampus. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows if you're awake. Allowing you to see more of the action. The third-person perspective is great for people who enjoy action-heavy gameplay. I heard you just say this game is built with horror in mind. So why would you mention a lot of action? Funny you mentioned Leon in the same video. Funny. Well, what a coincidence that you would have third person. Funny how even, wait a minute. Let's think about it this way. So, like the reinvention of Resident Evil 7, the whole thing was that it's first person because it was spooky. And back in the day we had Leon, who was third person because you were blasting. Funny how that works, isn't it? Almost as if the first person was meant for not Ash. What's her name? It's Ashcroft. What's her name? Grace. No, it's not Grace. Ashcroft, whatever her name was. Her is meant to be first person because she's spooked, and third person's meant for Leon. Wouldn't that be funny? Like two protagonists? I think there is going to be, like, I think you're going to play as Leon. I think you're going to play with him. Raccoon City. Said about 30 years? Bro, Leon's gonna be a grandpa. Leon is gonna be a grandpa. The series became really popular with stories set during the original zombie outbreak, and since then we've seen a lot of characters face hardships due to Raccoon City, who have faced those hardships and grown. Figuring out how to tell a story which came of all that I was reading chat of YouTube. Wait a minute, I gotta catch up. I saw this. Is Wesker even alive? Wesker is always alive. You don't need to worry about Wesker. Wesker is always alive. Who was Leon, the handsome one? Leon is the biggest Giga Chad of Resident Evil. This is Leon. This guy right here. This is him from the remake. This right here. This is him in the original. We could do Leon Resident Evil 6, but like here he is like already older. Doesn't count. His true Giga Chad era was Resident Evil 4. So it's going to be very curious to see how he looks here. Okay. There were a lot of characters who were involved with the original outbreak, who lost their lives or were changed drastically as a result of it. So, Requiem. This game is a requiem, a eulogy for those who came before. It would be very sad if it's also Requiem for Leon. That was born from Umbrella and the Raccoon City zombie outbreak. And we chose the title Requiem to mark a milestone in the series.
バイオハザードレクイエムは2026年2月27日に発売予定です。2026年3月にバイオハザードシリーズ30周年を迎えます。30周年記念タイトルの名に恥じぬようなゲームとして本作リリースしたいなというふうに思っております。
I really want to play this game. I really want to play this game. Is that it?
大きく方針を転換してですね。
実写映画を目指すというところで。
Further interviews with the creators that didn't fit into today's presentation will be released today on the Resident Evil portal. Register your Capcom ID to see the rest.
Raccoon City っていうところは基本触っちゃいけないもんだ。
We thought we couldn't touch Raccoon City anymore. That's interesting. I'm not gonna look at all these now. Takeaways. Leon is obviously involved. He is the only character by name who they're just like, By the way, Leon, we thought about making him the protagonist, but we realized he's too cool. Funny you mentioned that. And it's like, oh yeah, we have the third person. Yeah, I wonder why you would have that for the action-heavy gameplay. There is probably some kind of thing. I think Ada and Leon are both involved. I think the two of them are doing a super secret mission. And I think Ashcroft is going to be involved in that in the same way that like we usually have like the Resident Evil thing of like meeting people who are already involved with it. Like Leon with Ada in the first place. Right? It's like, who the hell are you? It's like Ada just flexing on him with cool lore and stuff. So I am very excited for this. Very excited. I am very curious how they're going to do the spooky horror aspect, because I think like Resident Evil is less so about being scary, more so about being a spooky vibe. I don't think Resident Evil is really like a horror game, if that makes sense. Because like you can't really have a horror game if you can blast back. It's survival horror. Like the horror of Resident Evil comes from the fact that you might not be able to fight back and that you might be trapped. So I really hope this game, if they're doing like the whole Ashcroft thing of her being like super spooked, I really hope it's more so a case of you're constantly low on ammo, you're constantly injured, and you're constantly like, bro, I can't even survive the next room. I think that's what they should be doing. And less so trying to like do spooky jump scares. Is the tense atmosphere? Yeah, pretty much. That's why I'm not gonna make this video, right? I don't think it's unironically like the meme of, Mom, it's my time to make the Resident Evil 7 save the franchise video. If you do like RE7 save Resident Evil, guarantee you're gonna have like 15 videos. Wait, you don't? It's just one? Ain't no way it's just one. I have seen like 10 of these. Well, anyway, the reason why Resident Evil 7 worked so incredibly well is because the entire start of the game is built on the foundation of you basically just having the knife. You start getting like weapons and stuff, but you're like, it's basically useless, the weapons. You have no ammo. You're just literally walking around the house hoping not to die. It's pretty much what you're doing. It's a very different vibe. I can't wait. 7 was really good. The Baker's family, was it? Yeah, this is the one with the weird family, like the Asmongold kitchen. Is the Asmongold kitchen game? This one right here. This wasn't even that bad. Like the actual kitchen was infinitely like this right here. This was bad. This was bad. I am personally like, I don't even know if I like Resident Evil 7 more than I like 8. Because I know a lot of people were like, I think 7 is way better than 8, and 8 was kind of like, eh? I really enjoyed 8. I did. I thought 8 was really cool. I thought Heisenberg was a very cool baddie. The first part with the whole mansion stuff, maybe it should have been a little bit longer, because like, it's really only the first like third of the game or something, or first fourth of the game even. But I really enjoyed Resident Evil 8. I'm gonna replay them when we get closer to the release. I really want to play 7 and 8 again. So we'll do that on stream at some point.